Until the principal saw my exam paper, he finally realized I had been controlling my scores, and my grades always hovered right at the passing line. The teacher beside him suddenly remembered. Every time she graded my paper, my score was always exactly 60. The principal was confused. He couldn't understand why I never showed my real ability. He didn't know I was doing it because of my parents' teachings. Since I was young, my parents told me to study hard, get good grades, and serve the country. But I found out that even after my mother became a top scientist, she was still poor and unpaid. My father graduated from a top university, yet now works on a construction site. Seeing how badly they ended up, I completely lost interest in studying. All I wanted was to make money and change my fate. But what I didn't know was, my parents were actually secret millionaires, and they only pretended to be poor to train me to become a worthy heir. Unaware of the truth, I worked in a factory every day just to earn a living. One day, I saw a post online. It said anyone who solved the problem would win $1 million reward. I accepted the challenge without hesitation. In less than 30 minutes, I solved the question with ease, but this shocked the top leaders of the Science Academy, because a problem that stumped all top students was solved by someone barely in their teens. The Academy director immediately ordered a search for me and wanted to hire me as a senior researcher with a high salary. But just then I found the post had been deleted. Thinking I had been tricked, I angrily deleted my solution, then returned to my factory job. The next day at school, I was celebrating earning $100, but because of my poor background, I was often mocked by classmates. Luckily, my friend always stood up for me. Then the teacher walked into class with last week's test results. Everyone did terribly, so she started yelling at us. Fortunately, my friend got a perfect score, which helped raise the average. But then the teacher suddenly announced a surprise exam, because the questions were designed by the Academy director, just to find the mystery solver. The director had discovered the solver was a student from our school, so he made the test incredibly hard. Even my top-performing friend couldn't answer a single question, but I finished it easily, and once again controlled my score to barely pass. This time, it exposed my identity. During grading, the principal saw that no one scored above 30, except me who passed. That immediately caught his attention. He picked up my paper to check and discovered I had been secretly controlling my scores. He called me into his office right away. I thought I was being scolded for doing poorly. So I walked in with my head down and started apologizing, but then the principal said I got the highest score in the school and would be accepted into the Academy's elite program with the potential to become the next top researcher. I rejected the offer immediately. So the principal called my parents to the school. But my father arrived in a global limited edition luxury car, wearing a designer watch, yet still dressed in a dusty construction uniform. He even smeared mud on himself to act poor. At first he thought I scored the lowest, so he stormed in and pulled my ear while scolding me, until he heard I ranked first in the school and was chosen for the elite class. Then he suddenly beamed with pride. But my dream of continuing factory work was shattered. I returned to class in a daze. My classmates thought I had failed, so they started mocking me. But the next second, a message from the school broadcast stunned everyone.